There we go. Okie doke, what a beautiful day. We're in for 2 weeks of nice weather.
Yes.
What's going on with the UK at the minute? It's actually quite a nice place to live. Okay, I'm just going to grab the ball. Alright, lovelies, let's start then. Let's just start with just warming up everything. So let's just take it into our little... I've just done a lovely deep stretch class, so I feel quite open actually. But we're just going to rock, a rock, a rock. And then again, go easy, Ruth, just gently take your ear towards that shoulder and take a beautiful in-breath. You might want to take that hand behind the back and pull the shoulder blades together and open up the chest if it feels like nicer than taking it overhead. Take a breath in. And out. In. And out. And then gently back up and then just take the hands together just to see if there is, if you have, like I said, pain in or you've just been forward headed a bit, the pecs can get very tight. Just take a lovely in-breath. And out. In. And out. Last one. Well done. And then take it into that other side. So again, either overreach it if you've got quite a bit of lateral tightness in the spine, or if you want to open up the chest a little bit, take the hand behind the back, take a breath in. And out. In. And out. Last one. And then again, gently back up. And let's just bring our feet ever so slightly, kind of quite wide, but we're just going to take some pelvic circles. Again, you might want to go super slow to start with, super small, and then make that circle bigger. Oh, I sometimes think I could do this all day. And then the other way. I always feel if my brain could, well, I mean, your brain can kind of talk to you, can't it? But I always think it'd go, oh, thank you for doing this. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. And let's just get them shoulders moving. So we're just going to literally do this. So keep your core gently in. And we're just going to literally, a bit like you're a monkey. That was such a bad monkey impersonation. I do apologise, guys. And 4, 3, 2, a little bit of sunshine on a go loopy. And 1. And then just take one arm out to the side. And imagine, you can just step actually, if you want to just keep kind of moving. But imagine a sideways figure of 8. Yeah, so you're just making just... Any circling action is always good for just getting them joints nice and lubricated, and then circle it the other way. 2, 1, and then just notice if the other shoulder works quite as well. Mine's always a little bit clicky on this left side. 3, 2, 1, and then the other way. Yeah, it just doesn't move as well, it just doesn't feel, it feels stiffer. 2, 1. So we'll do all the movements through the shoulder, guys, just to get it all lubricated. So arms out. I was watching someone in class last night and they just couldn't get this, it was quite funny. She's like, I don't know how to do it. So pull back, out to the side, down. And she got this bit and then I'm not quite sure what she's doing, but it's okay. If you want to warm up through the calves, you can go. You can pull back, raise, out and lower. Out, pull back, raise, lower. Try and keep that big toe firmly into the mat. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. And then just start with like just a small lever today. So just gently circling. Close your eyes. Start, how does that all feel? And then just do one at a time. Just one again, feel easier than the other. 3, 2, 1. And then back into calf raise and 4 big circles. So if this, sometimes for people that struggle with shoulder, the shorter lever that we've just done is a better one to do. And have a little listen. Is it your shoulder you can hear? Is it your ankles you can hear? Whoa, well done. And then just this. I know this seems a bit weird. There's a bit of a animal theme going on today, isn't there? Yeah, chicken. My chicken's even worse than my monkey. And 3, 2. Martin's really annoying. He does really good impersonations of things. And 1, well done. And then take it forward. So we haven't done neck yet, obviously, but we're just going to do just the shoulder area and the hip as well. And 3, 4, 5, 5 in the other direction. 5, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Other side. And again. And 1. Gorgeous. Okay, now let's just take, I'm just going to take one foot in front of the other, just and then go in the opposite direction. So I'm just going to take right ear to shoulder. Hold. And then back to centre and then chin down. This is the one that bothers me. And then back up and then left ear to shoulder. Back to centre. Let's go again. Down. Up. Right ear to shoulder, back to centre, left ear to shoulder, centre, chin to chest. I can feel that right at the top of my thoracic, and then back up, 2 more, back to centre, other way, down, and again. Good, and then soften that front knee, take the hip back, chin to chest. Paul, you don't have to do this, you can just keep doing your shoulder work, neck work. Just to gently feel. And you might, if you're tight in the back, you might not get as far as normal. Don't worry, just go to where you feel comfortable. Take a breath in. And out. Last one. And gently back up. And then we're going to switch legs, guys, and we're just going to do a little bit more neck work, but this time we're going to do a rotation. Okay, so try, I'm not great at this because I've got a neck injury, so I do flex a little bit, but try and keep your chin parallel, and then parallel, and then rotate. And just notice when you do rotate, do you flex at the same time? I'm very mindful of this. That chin wants to flex always. And then again. So make sure, Ruth, that you are mobilising first before you kind of hold that stretch. 2. And back to centre position. Good. Okay, we're going to lift a few little weights in a minute, and then, well, in a couple, probably 5 minutes, and then we'll do our holding our stretches, yeah? So let's just take a little bit of, let's do our balance work first before our legs get too tired. So take the foot down to the lower leg, and then draw the navel in, and let's just hold. Really firmly push that big toe into the mat. Make sure the heel is really pressed in and the middle of the foot, and just find that centre. Yeah, balance so important for kind of that strength of the leg. Hold, and then take a lovely in-breath. And out. 5 more. 4. Nearly went then. 3. 2. Last one. Beautiful. The leg you stood on, take it to the back. Push that heel firmly, really force it down into the mat to feel that deep calf stretch. Take a lovely in-breath. And out. In. And out. Last one. Do you know, I did a class of runners on. I've started doing this Wednesday night class, much to Martin's annoyance. I thought it was your night off. It's only for 10 weeks. They're doing a charity event. And I couldn't believe, like, 3 out of the 5 of them couldn't get their heel on the ground in that calf stretch. Running's not good for you. Okay, let's switch to the other side. So again, really firmly push your foot down and slightly send the weight to that standing leg. Engage your quads or lift the femur bone up. Bring it up. And my knees getting marginally better, so I can do this now. And then hold again. Just find that centre. And then see if you can just keep your gaze forward, but take your hands up towards the ceiling. Take a beautiful in-breath. Back to centre. And again. Again. Two more. Last one. Namaste. Well done. And then again, the leg you were stood on, always just either calf stretch it out or just, you know, do a little bit of ankle movement just to open up that joint again. Just hold. Last one. Lovely. Well done. Let's do a little bit of work through our hips and into squat. So take the feet not too wide, but not a little bit wider than hip distance. Keep the shoulders down and core engaged, and nice and slow. Try and go as low, well, as feels comfortable obviously, but try and keep the big toe on the mat, but lead into the heel. 10 more. 10. 9. Core gently engaged, guys. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2 more. 2. Oh, that's good. And 1. Well done. And then just come into, I want you to take one leg straight and take the heel away. Does that make sense? hold, and then move the other side. I was watching a really good Instagram post the other day about this and saying if you can't do 20 of these, and it's nice for the inner thigh, but it's harder than you think. Then you're kind of doing this without the hands. And you feel that deep stretch in the groin area. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, woo, 1.
Hard on the heels.
It's hard on the heels, yeah it is. You do kind of need a very, very squidgy mat. And then back to centre position. Well done, just give your legs a little bit of an in and out. And we will lift our weights. So just decide how it feels, Ruth, and you as well, Jen. You might just want to do your actions, but obviously it's important to keep our strength up. I've done these this morning, so not sure I might drop my 5. Not literally. So turn palm away and grow an inch or 2. Keep the core engaged and lift for 12. 11. And remember, if you've been doing the same weight for a long time, you might be ready to move up a bit. 6, 5, 4. Make sure you've got that length through the crown of the head as well. 3, 2, 1. To slightly kind of work a slightly different muscle. Turn the palm in and do the same. Making these look easy, Paul. I can tell I've done them this morning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's switch sides again. Grow a couple of inches. Pull the crown of the head nice and high. And 12. So if you're lifting really easy, it means that your weight's too light, guys. If like me, you're going, it's all right. 6, 7. Well done. Palm in. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Normally I have 6s, but I don't know this yet. And then up like this. Again, draw the belly in, push the rib cage down. If you don't like that tricep one, you can go into your normal one. So like this, and then just lift. 2. Just keeps that range of motion as well, guys, which is so important, that overhead reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Gently down into lateral raise. This is when you might want to move to a smaller weight. I'm going to do this one on this, and then I'm going to do a smaller one on front. I can't do 2 lots of front raise, I hate them. And lift. 11. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Don't let that head kind of, or that neck sink in. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Other side, shoulders down, length through the crown of the head. Lift. 12. Beautiful, well done. I'm just going to pick the other 5 up just for dumb weighter, guys, for the internal external rotation one, and then I promise we'll do some really good stretches and some on the floor for shoulders as well. So just take it out. Again, really important that you keep everything connected, so rib cage down. Keep them, guys. I'm just doing a wuss and lifting my threes up. Okay, so we're going to keep the core engaged and we're going to just lift 12. Other side. 11. These feel nice. Yeah, I think my face was making some funny faces this morning when I was doing that. 6 more, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, nearly there, I promise, 1, and relax. Well done. Place them down. Some really nice kind of stretchy stuff now. So again, if you just want to give yourself a little bit of a release, just because we've been stood for a while, and we're going to lift, we're going to pick our band up, guys. Hopefully you've got one at home. So really, I want you to really go easy with this one at first. So a couple that I do in the morning, Katie and Martin. Martin does a lot of shoulder opening because he plays a lot of golf and paddle, so he says, I have to do, Joe. But his wife's had breast cancer, so this move's quite difficult for anyone who's had surgery. So it's a really lovely way of opening up the chest, but because you've been painting and doing different stuff, Jen, it might feel tight. So always do this one first. You want a little bit of width on the band. Take it up, then bend the elbow. So this was enough for Katie. She got it a little bit further down, but she couldn't straighten her arms. So just do that 2 more times. If that feels quite a fluid movement and you don't feel like your shoulders, you know, kind of coming up, then you can do the one where it goes straight and you bring it all the way back. Yeah, and take a breath in and then back. And again, 5 more. Lovely. Yeah, shoulders. It's only when you get older and you see how people struggle with shoulder strength. It's awful. My mum can't get her hands anywhere near the ceiling anymore. She can't take her top off of the lid because she's got no strength. It's quite debilitating. And 2. And then just hold it up to ceiling. Let's take a nice lateral stretch. Take up, gaze up to ceiling, lovely breath in. And out. In. And back up, and again, just notice how much lateral stretch you've got. Breath in. Back to centre. Take it like this. Do some dumb waiter, just out, yeah. I'm just going to check, I think I've turned my eggs off, I can't remember, give me 1 minute. But keep blowing up. Oh yes. No, I've turned them off, last week I didn't, and I managed to burn the pan. I think I get all organised. I think, oh, I'll have a tuna niche, what a bit, tuna niche lasagna, tuna and poached egg for lunch. So, yeah. And I had to throw a load of eggs away the other day because they were all black inside. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bam's the best bit of equipment going. And then take one foot in front of the other. Let's to stretch out those shoulders. You might really feel this today. Whichever leg's in front, take that same hand out, bring the other arm underneath and pull it. You can either bend it or straighten it. Take a beautiful inhale through the nose. Out breath. In. Out. Last one. The hand that's on top, so this is the one that you want to bring behind. Try not to let the shoulder come forward, so bring it back. Take the opposite hand on the head and just bring it over. So this left side for me is fine, it's the right side that I have my problem with. So this just feels quite nice, so I can afford to bring that chin towards the chest to increase that stretch. 5 big deep breaths in and out. Last one. Back to centre, well done. And then the hand that's behind the back, just bring it up, push it in, and push it down. Last one. And then switch. So again, Ruth, this might feel very different. I know this side will. So just take one foot the other side now into that deltoid shoulder stretch first. Just bring it across. This one generally feels alright. And then take that hand that's at the top, behind the back. Try not to let this happen, so really pull it. Grab the hand on the head and then over. Hold. If you want, you can take, this is the one I've been told I need to do, chin to chest. It can feel quite uncomfortable, so just try and let your breath help you relax. Two more. Last one. Gently back to centre, well done, and then take it up and then just push down, take a breath in. And beautiful, and then just 3 levers. Oh. And relax, well done. Okie dokie, let's come to the edge of our mat. So we're going to walk it down. We're going to do a couple of different exercises each time. So first time we're going to do 4 cat-cows. Yeah? So chin to chest, take the hips backwards, just get down how you feel comfortable. If you don't want to roll down, just come down onto the floor. And again, if cow feels better, hold it into cow for a bit longer. Certainly if you wanted to open up the chest. But for some people they prefer cat, or you might just want to roll that lower, like into that, like almost like a pelvic imprint, as opposed to a full cow. Cat even, sorry. And then the other way. Two more. In fact, we'll stay down, guys. We'll just do some exercises down. Back to centre, and then take your right hand and thread it under into that thread the needle position. Yeah, go easy, Paul, but you should feel. And where do you feel that stretch? Some people feel it in their kind of mid sort of thoracic area, where the bra sort of strap area goes. Others feel it in the lower back, then come to the other side, and then the other. And again, notice if there's any difference. And then back to centre, and then walk the hands forward, flatten the feet, keep the core engaged, yeah, gently bring your elbows backwards and your chin and your chest come to ground. You might just want to go to there, or you might want to go up into full cobra to open up through the front of the body. Take a lovely in-breath. And gently roll into a child's pose position, stretching out the back. Take a beautiful in-breath. And out. In. And back up to neutral position. Walk the hands back a little bit. Tuck the toes. Take the hips up nice and high. We're not coming up, we're just going to work into our downward dog position. Take the right heel down and bend the left knee. Feel the tightness hopefully easing away in that calf muscle. And then switch sides. The other side. I'm doing this runner's class, have I told you this, on Wednesday? And none of them can get the heels, well, I think 2 of them out of the 5 got the heel to the floor. And then again. And then come back into 4-point kneeling, walk the hands back forward again, flatten the feet, draw the tummy in, elbows come back, chin, chest to ground, either to there or full cobra if you can. Breath in or upward dog. Forget how nice this feels, cobra. For me anyway, for some people it doesn't, they can't do it, can they? But, and then just back again, or keeping cobra if you prefer. Breath in. And relax. Well done. Okay guys, come on to your side. So we're just going to do, because I'm mindful that we've got a few people that have got shoulder tightness at the minute, we're going to do our open door work. So as with the one with the band, always try this one first, because if you're very tight through the pectoral wall, the one where we go around might be too much. So what we're going to do is kind of lay your ear on your bicep. Take the top hand, have a look at that thumb, and try and keep the hip kind of relatively level. If it wants to pop a little bit backwards, that's fine. But we're just going to literally keep the hip forward, and we're going to take that hand up towards the ceiling, and then we're just going to keep our head there, but we're going to let your arm come backwards. So you just flick the wrist a little bit, just to open up the chest muscles. And then back to centre. If that feels really quite tight, we'll do it one more time. So follow your gaze to the ceiling, let your arm come over, and then just flip your wrist, or flick your wrist. Yeah. If that feels tight, then you might be best just sticking to that one. If it feels just a relative stretch, then you can watch the thumb. Take the thumb to 12 on a clock, so take your arm and then let it come round. You might need to watch, guys. And then open, take a breath in. And out. In. And then just bring it back towards the hand. I love this, I don't do it enough actually, open door, but you realise how tight people are. Most people can't keep their hand on the floor. Again, look at that thumb. Take it to here. And you can either keep the hip level or you can allow the belly button to come towards the ceiling, which feels really lovely. Take a breath in and out. In and gently over. So a massive, really important move. A lot of the physios do this in Pilates. And then the last one, and again, and yeah, it might just give you an indication how tight the pectoral muscles are in the chest. Take a breath in and out. In and out. Last one. And gently, gently over. So, because I'm a little bit tight in my QL here, I felt that in there, but generally people feel it through the chest. So we're going to keep on our side, just to do some side work before. But remember how that felt, guys, and just see if there's a big difference in the opposite one when we move. So just bend that bottom knee, lengthen that top leg, make sure we've got this nice gap underneath the lumbar spine, or at least make sure you're not dropping the waist. And then we're just going to gently just close our eyes, feel the movement, lift the leg and lower it, about that pace. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And lower. 8 more. 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, with control. 2, 1. And then we're just going to bend the knee of that leg. Yeah? So nice kind of right angle. Keep the core engaged, and we're just going to drop it and lift it for 12. I found this harder than planned. 6. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then just bring that heel into butt, stretching the quadricep muscles. Pull the thigh backwards. And come onto your back, just to get a little bit of a stretch. We're going to, the leg will be lifting and lowering, just take it into tabletop. Just gently take the opposite hand to the outside, lower thigh, and just bring it across. Turning your head the other way, rest into it, release it if it's too much. Back to centre, just grab the back of the hamstrings, just straighten the leg, just do a few little flex and points of the foot, and a few circles in one direction, 2 in the other, and then just that in and out, in and out. So we've kind of done that side now, guys. Before we do the other side, we're just going to do a little bit of core work. So take your legs nice and straight and just take your time to find that optimum position. So everyone's different, everyone's kind of posture is different. Some people, if they're going at the back, will have a bigger gap. Other people, if they're going flat backed, won't. So the easiest way to think about it is just to give yourself your little pelvic imprint release. If you don't like a straight leg, by all means bend the knees, take the feet on the ground. Once you find that neutral spine with the ribs engaged, take your hands behind your back, not back, sorry, your hands behind your head, thumbs into the nape of the neck. Chin to chest. Try and keep the ribs on the mat, but try and maintain that neutral spine. So don't move through the lumbar spine, that lower back. And we're just going to lift up. And then we're going to lower about halfway. Lift, hold, lower. Try and keep the rib cage engaged. So every time you lift up, you're not squishing the lower back in, and every time you come down, you're not pushing the rib cage up and out. Let's do 10 more. Lift, lower. Lift, elbows in your peripheral view, lower. Out breath up for 8. Lower. One more. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come back down. Just bend the knees. Take the knees in one direction and then to the other. Oh, yes. Something's clicking in my body and can't quite decide where it is. I think it's my lower back. 3 more. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Gently come over onto your side, guys, just to switch on to the other side. So again, we'll do side leg first, then we'll do our open door stuff, just because it's nicer. Well, I find it nicer. So again, we're going to bend the bottom knee. Always make sure that that top hip isn't rolling back. Yeah, so keep the hip forward. Keep that waist lifted. Lengthen the bottom hand. Lengthen the top leg. And then we're just going to lift, hold, and lower. Real precision. So this girl who comes to my class at JD, she's a teacher, she's really funny. She's like, Pilates, your class has changed my life, Jo. I'm like 2 inches taller, she went, but those side legs, oh, they're torture. I'm like, yeah, they never get any easier, really. They're a little bit easier. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bend the knee. Yeah, I need that to happen. Drop and lift. Since I hear this knee, it clicks all the time. Keep that waist lifted, keep the core engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Just bring that heel into ball, pull the thigh backwards. Beautiful. We will stretch that bum out, guys, but while we're on our side, we'll just stay here. So again, always do the easy version first. It might feel very different on each side. It's really nice for opening up the hips as well as the chest. So just gently follow the gaze up to ceiling, leave your head where it is, and then just let that arm come out and then flick the wrist. Take a breath in. And then back to centre. And again, follow the gaze up, let your arm come out, flick the wrist, big in breath. And back down. If you want to continue that one, you can. Otherwise, We're going to look at the thumb. We're going to keep the bottom hip anchored into the mat, and we're going to gently come round and then allow the hip to roll a little bit and take that beautiful open door. So on this side I can feel it a bit more through my chest, my shoulder, can't feel anything in the lower back. On the other side I could, so again it might feel different. Take an in-breath and then gently close. But this is my weaker side, my left, so that's why the pecs are a bit tighter. And then again round. Oh, beautiful, breath in. And close. Last one. Breath in. And very good. And then come onto your back. And we're just going to do, let's do that little stretch through the glute first. So the leg you were lifting and lowering, take it into tabletop and just gently rock it back and forth. Rock it back and forth. Or you can rock it into the full stretch. Take an inhale. Out breath. In. Out. Last one. Back to centre. Grab the back of them legs, that leg, sorry, and then just flex and point. Flex and point, and then flex in and out, in and out, and then circle, circle back, and let's just keep with that open, because it's likely if you've been serving like coffees and stuff on the little van thing roof and painting that the chest muscles are the tight ones. So just take your hands and palms up to ceiling, forearms up to ceiling, into like a reverse kind of cactus or goalpost. And we're just going to do 4 mobility bridges. So we're going to take a breath in through the nose. And then we're going to gently send that lower back, don't force it down, and then just start lifting. As we lift, start pushing the feet firmly into the mat. So really think about the engagement of the feet into the mat as opposed to squeezing your bum. Try not to squeeze your bottom. And take a breath in at the top. And slowly lower back down. Just go again. Really try and articulate the spine. Push your big toe in. Gently up. And lower. Beautiful. 2 more. Push your big toe, the foot in. And lower. Last one. Take your arms down by your side. Just slightly elevate the right hip bone, the left hip bone, just rocking. And then take a big inhale through the nose. Slowly, slowly lower. And then just cross your ankles together, bring your knees into chest. Oh. Oh. And the other way. And then just one more stretch. Let's take our arms out back to capital T, cross our left knee over our right knee, really kind of cross them, nice and tight, Kenny Everett style, and then take the foot down towards the mat and the head the other way. Is he still alive, Kenny Everett, or did he die?
No.
Did he die years ago?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, AIDS got him.
I thought he had. I loved him.
Before we had antivirals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was an early sufferer.
Oh. You forget, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then back to centre. And then the other side. And then down. Because someone died recently, an old actor, like 88. I remember it being on the news. I can't think who it was. Martin went, God, I thought he died 20 years ago. I was like, poor fella. And then back to centre position. Oh, thank you guys. I enjoyed that. And then come on, I love my Friday morning. And then come over onto all fours. Again, just get up how you feel comfortable. If you want to come up into a downward dog, you can. If you want to kind of take one